I'm live. Head to the next menu anyway, so it's quieter. Whew, I wish I'd realised that way earlier. Very quiet? Oh, is it? Oh, wait, Combi, were you being ironic? Because I feel like the choir is very loud, and is quieter now. Is my voice too quiet? I am quiet, okay. Interesting. I'll just fiddle with stuff, one moment. How about now? How about now? Has that fixed anything? I basically jiggled the ports, switched it off, switched it on. Standard tech support, opening salvo. Sounds good? Nice level? Alright, great. Thanks, guys. Yeah, well, welcome once again to the somewhat intermittent, but occasionally present and good Monday night SciFiAIguy stream, wherein I play sci-fi games with AI themes. We are still playing State of Mind. This is part 7, I think, our 7th attempt. More than a few of these have only been an hour long, or hour and a half, due to health issues. And tonight will probably be no different. We'll see how it goes. I've been a little bit up and down with energy levels. But I wanted to, you know, get back on the horse. My throat does hurt. I do have a sore throat. Feels scratchy when I speak internally. And that only kicked in, like, you know, after I announced that I was going to stream, so maybe my body's trying to tell me something? Who knows? We have a place, we have a combi, we have a crafty. Ooh! Place talking about another potential game. The Somnium Files. Yeah, thank you for passing that on to Crafty. Crafty will no doubt vet it. Pop it in the note file. No, that's excellent. That is super good news. Thank you, Place. Yeah, I've not the slightest idea where to go after this one. I mean, eventually it will be prudent to migrate over to PC, just because there's other games that I could play on PC that I can't play on PlayStation. The difficulty being that I will have to do more than just push a button on a PlayStation 4 controller. But, you know, I'm down for that. And I foresee my schedule, or at least, you know, the way my work week shakes out, being very different next year, juggling work and study. So who knows? Depending on what kind of job I get, maybe I'll end up working Monday nights. Or maybe Monday will just become unfeasible. So 2020 will be a change in a few ways. So if part of that change is, you know, I migrate to PC and see what that's like, I'm fine with that. It would allow me more control over things, which I would like. I just like that I push a button and the fucking machine does what I want. I think that's been very pleasing. Very convenient at the least. So, last session, what happened? What did we do? I played a lot of Adam, according to my notes, tooling around City 15, having awkward conversations with our slightly distant wife, paranoid conversations with a creepy doctor. That's right, we went in and got scanned. And then during the scan, we got up and looked at some screens, and I think that's where we got another fragment. Oh, and I got promoted for doing fuck all, whereas, you know, Richard got the sack. So they're really mirroring stuff, which I find interesting. So yeah, I've got several fragments as Adam that I need to pass over to Richard and presumably play. So I think it's going to be a Richard-heavy session tonight, which is a bit of a bummer. It says a lot about the writing in this game that I am actively pleased to play Adam and actively pissed off to play Richard. He's yet to be a forgivable dickhead. You know, there's not a lot of latitude there, unfortunately. Yeah, that's right. Then there's a weird twist about the crash. So in a fragment of Adam proposing to Tracy 18 years ago, and then 15 years ago or so, we were racing to the hospital because Tracy was in labour. The car kept speeding up and then crashed in the tunnel. The same crash that we've seen, the same visuals that we've seen of current day crashes for both Richard and Adam, what they've seen / remembered. And then it's implied in the flashback that Tracy and the kid didn't make it, or at least that the kid didn't. Richard, denies this completely, but it's possible that Richard has some sort of weird cyber son, because there was some genetic stuff with Kurt's labs and Richard's wife, I think? Yeah, and it looks like, so if we're playing Richard this time, we're hunting for the dude that was in our apartment, that was carrying our wife's bags, and we're super fucking mad at this dude because we're that kind of prick. Still got to find him and talk to him, and we've got to talk to Walter, our old partner, about Kurt's stuff, because he's the Kurt's expert. Or at least on a journalistic, interrogation axis. Alright, I'm going to sip a beverage. Yeah, Crafty saying this game is way too complex. Yeah, it's, it would benefit being binged, I think. I'm kind of hopeful that the game isn't too much longer than this. Like, we've found the core loop, and I hope that I hope we're getting most of the fragments now. The world isn't big enough, I think, to give us too many fragments. I don't know that the plot can take it either, without new stuff being introduced that would be a bit lopsided. It's the thing about games. I'm not the first person to note this, obviously, but with a game, you can't always tell how much you have left. Even by the arc of the story. It's not like a movie and it's not like a book where there is an agreed upon amount. Games are much more fluid. There's obviously, statistical expectations, and genre / origin. So being an indie title, I wouldn't expect it to be a 40-hour game. I might end up playing it for 40 hours because of who I am as a person, but I don't know that it's been designed that way. So we'll see. We'll see. I would like to just smash it out. Oh, I'm Adam again.
That was my accident.
Oh, okay.
What are you doing?
Oh,
John,
okay, we're replaying this bit.
Nothing. I just nodded off.
That's good. It's
you
a good
were muttering in your sleep.
replay.
Where were you the whole time? Do you need anything?
No,
Okay. Well, then get back to bed.
I can't sleep.
Oh, I'll just be a moment.
Okay, we solved this puzzle already.
I uploaded new data for you. Did you find it?
This isn't the best time. I'm not alone right now.
You still don't believe me, do you?
Fucking Richard.
I have to think about this.
But it's important.
My son is important.
Yeah.
Will you be coming to the big unveiling on Sunday?
If your parents allow it.
Fucking Richard, man. Any opportunity I can have to be Adam and spike that dickhead like a volleyball, is
Sally,
very pleasing.
During my accident, was there someone in the car with me?
You were alone in the vehicle, Mr. Newman.
No. I remember...
You were alone. It says so in the report.
In the report?
Yes.
Oh, and Sally? You can call me Adam. I mean, well, you're part of the family now.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Adam.
Alright. He likes undersea shit, I think. Maybe... Alright. Let's see if that's sufficient.
What were you doing? You were in your room for so long.
Nothing. I was working. Good night, John.
I'm not tired.
Don't worry. We'll fix that in no time.
I already
Can
fixed
Sally
it.
stay?
I can't promise anything.
We'll see.
I want her to stay.
Fine. Tired?
No, there's no cohesion.
Where?
In me.
Did Dr. Sykes say that?
I'm saying it. Promise me you'll never die.
Oh, this editing is different as well. These angles are different. I wonder if it's dynamic based on where I stand in the room? Because I feel like this shot over Sally's shoulder was not the norm before. I feel like we had much more close-up of sun.
I can't
Never promise
you
anything.
that, John.
At least you're not a liar.
Look, accidents like that happen so rarely.
No, they never happen. Not just like that. Not in City 5.
Not in City 5.
All right, then.
Womp womp.
Now sleep.
I slept all day in the clinic. Something's wrong with me.
What do you mean?
Did you go to the other side? After the accident? Were you dead?
John. Damn it.
Who's calling?
Avoid?
Nobody you know.
You're not gonna pick up?
I'll call back. Sorry, what did you ask me?
Nothing.
About heaven or
Okay.
whatever.
Sleep now. You've got another appointment with Dr. Sykes tomorrow.
Adam, what will happen to me when I've solved
That's
all
right.
the problems?
Our son calls us
There
Adam.
is no danger of that happening soon, John. Just close your eyes now.
Can you leave on the light?
Sure can. Can't chat with Sally anymore. Alright. So I think we nailed that. And this is where I think I was like, right, cool, and then closed the game. Apparently insufficient. Alright, so he didn't leave a message, but he's online.
Hello, Richard.
What was going on? I couldn't reach you.
Oh, I saw the accident.
This accident you mentioned, I think I've experienced
Ooh,
it.
screaming soda.
Yeah?
I had this feeling as if
You remember something? But that would be great.
But your son, Richard. How did he survive that?
What do you mean?
Well, your wife, it didn't seem as if the child
Yeah,
survived.
here we go.
Are you insane? Of course James survived.
Okay. It's just, it looked like...
My son's alive, Adam.
Wait. Is this a test? Dr. Sykes? Is that you?
Is that you?
This is part of the cognition test, right?
No, it's not a test.
Listen, I love playing the game.
It's not a test. What I'm going to say to you must stay a secret. Otherwise...
Sure. I understand.
Alright, well, what do we even...
There'll be time for this tomorrow.
Okay, so now I go to bed? Or do I switch? Yeah, so I have all these data... Okay, so I have 2 data fragments. And I need to... Yeah, so that's the one I just did. Okay. Yeah, I think because we did so much Adam, I think it's worth changing, if possible. I just can't remember how. Provided I'm meant to be able to. Switch character. Okay. Okay. I have to be here. No, it doesn't work here. I can't switch character. Interesting. So I was under the impression... Yeah, there it is on the D-pad. I was under the impression that I had unlocked the ability to move between characters. This is apparently not the case. Yeah, the weird scanner thingy and people who exist and then don't exist because we're in a simulation, so of course that can happen. Chonky. Alright, well I guess I go to bed and then maybe I can just be Richard because the game says so. It seems weird to give me the supposed power to change. Oh, examine. Have I read this? Oh, yeah, I read that already. Go to sleep. Okay, cool. Interesting. Maybe there are times when I can and can't change. I mean, if that's true, they really should be signaling to me that this is the case. Okay, holopin board, new entries.
What was that?
I broke
Sleeping
a
fully
glass.
clothed.
It happens.
No, it doesn't.
Not
It
in City
shouldn't.
5.
It can't.
Broken glass is good luck.
What? Henry? Ah, okay. Now we can switch to Richard. Okay, so it is at specific times, and I guess the game will tell me when those times are possible. Interesting. Interesting. Alright. Let's chat
Everything
about
okay,
glass.
Sally?
Something is not right with me.
Don't worry. Just print out a new glass.
I love the future. Oh. Is she the printer? Am I? Is this the printer? No, that's like a rack for our already printed dishes. God damn it, the movement controls in this game. Pure, unadulterated jank. Is this a new note? Okay, yep, So, the fact that these aren't marked as red or anything, slightly... Is this new? Really enjoyed our time together. I'm so happy we could chat thinking of you. Okay, because I did hang out with wife yesterday. This note is old, but I'll check it anyway in case it's been updated. Nope. Kid is not interactable in the slightest. That's fine. No sign. Oh, wife. Okay, so I am meant to just switch now. So, because it's an adventure game, because it's a game and I'm in a space with things I can interact with, that are giving me plot piece by piece and puzzles to solve, it is a bit weird that this just appears to be the way this works now. I wake up, I'm meant to tool around and do nothing. Oh, okay, I can send another fragment now. No, I think it's time to switch to Richard. I think it's time to pursue that plot for a little bit. Because I have multiple fragments as Adam, but I think from a writing perspective, from a pacing perspective, it'd be good to be Richard. So let's get this. Here we go, character selection. Okay. Okay, so it's available sometimes. Well, at least the game will tell me. I wonder if I was meant to collect so many fragments at once. Okay, so it's Tuesday. Yeah, what the fuck am I doing with my time? Steve's finished with the data. Yeah, hang on. So, don't tell me I have to talk to Steve again. Kurtz. Yeah. Will plot just happen to me when I walk around my apartment? Ooh. Great. Of all the things to outsource, do I hunger? Yes.
The following ingredients are missing to assemble this product: honey, wheat, palm oil.
Alright. That's fine. No sun in this reality.
Allegedly, the bots ran into heavy resistance and needed to retreat. According to police, it is not apparent if humans or autonomous machines were responsible for the attacks. In the Ukrainian capital Kiev yesterday, a summit of Eastern heads of state has ended. The members of the summit reiterated their determination to support and strengthen their fight for natural resources. They endorsed the possible use of weapons of mass destruction. This is a clear escalation of tension between East and West. The President of the United States reacted shortly after with a video message. His avatar reported that the West would be prepared to meet any aggression with suitable measures. He also announced that the Mars colonization program would receive more funding in order to give the citizens of the West a perspective for the future. In Beijing, The large-scale computer
Oh,
project
Deep Work.
is ready for launch. According to the developer, the data processing cluster will provide jobs for 200 million people. It is the largest cyberspace industry project in the world.
I mean, presumably that's
Meanwhile,
where...
the terror organization Breakpoint has announced it
Yeah.
will take
Is
aggressive
that where
action
Adam is?
against Deep Work.
He's
They named
Kurtz.
the launching of the project a perversion of
I've
Eastern
heard this
machine
news.
capitalism. In
heard parts of this
Nairobi,
news.
tensions remain high as fighting between...
I feel like I heard that news as well. The Mars thing is of note. I've possibly commented on this already, but this is something that I've thought about when it comes to, you know, SpaceX saying, oh yeah, we're going to go to Mars. Yeah, we'll colonize Mars, it's fine. We're going to be the Mars people. And what I find fascinating about this conceptually is if you colonize Mars, if some people, if some of Earth colonizes Mars, just using some people from Earth, not using a fully diverse, a full range of people, if you have a colony on Mars and things on Earth go catastrophically wrong and everybody on Earth dies, and all you have of humanity is the survivors on Mars, the choice is made to choose who goes to Mars is a kind of eugenics, or at least in the sense of it has that selection access to it that, you know, STEM industries already have. It's already a problem, but this is the problem writ large, and particularly in a narrative like this where it is explicitly stated by the president in this narrative, this is to continue the West. It's pretty fucking cut and dry. I think that's of interest. I've talked to that dude over there already. So I know what I want to do, but I have no fucking clue how to do it. So I'm a little confused. I thought that interacting with my Cloud Hub would have meant that I would have done more with whatever fragments I got or something, or the fragment thing, is that mainly Adam's work, and I'm actually meant to be Adam? I mean, the game said to me, hey, do you want to be Richard? I was like, fuck, alright, let's Richard it up. And now, you know, there's no droid in my apartment breaking glass and inspiring conversation. So I'm going to go hassle my friend. I'm going to be that dude. I got sacked. And I just keep coming back here. Hey, Steve.
Okay, Steve. Are these the move scan
Oh,
results?
here we go.
You know we can both go to jail for this, right?
Let's start with the best matches.
I did this already. I fucking did this already, didn't I? Okay, I did this and then I closed out the game. Okay, so this is all a repeat. Ha. I like that. Crafty pointing out, deliberately shitty future indicator, palm oil still exists. Yeah. Yeah, the Mars thing is fucked. Yeah. That's a deep well. Well, shit. This is annoying. I already solved this problem. So it's just the autosave didn't quite do what I wanted?
Yilmaz, One, 99.6%. Might be it.
Okay.
Jack Oster, 82%. 84.3. Philip Ost, 99.7. Curtis Peter.
Slow down. We should look at the profiles one by one.
Yeah, I got the highest one, though. I'm looking for... what, Peter?
This is something.
Curtis Peter. Oh. God damn it. Alright, so... Here we go. Contact database not found. Because there's going to be a police report of known aliases. Is that it? Here we go. Stanley White.
All right. Now we only need the cloud contact.
Where is it? Oh, there we go. White collar guy.
There. That's a hit.
Stanley White.
Does he have a profile?
Yep. With cloud contact and everything. He's from here, see? Berlin.
Okay.
He looks different to the man in the video.
Yeah. Strange. I'll still call him, though. Something else, Steve. Do you have any material regarding Kurt's labs in the
Here we
archives?
go. This is where I get the lead that I need to
Don't
hassle
tell me
my,
you're starting with that too.
I just want to check something.
Sure. That's what Walter
I
said.
love everybody's plastic
All
teeth.
that stuff is with him. Has been for ages.
I see. I had no idea what he's been doing since he went solo.
I wonder why that was.
I should talk to him again.
I should talk to him again, and then it's all zooming that way. So I guess I got to go that way. So Crafty bringing up, maybe it bugged because we did this, then immediately after it was like, what did you say to my wife? Maybe? Not sure what you mean. Yeah, alright. Yeah, I think with the Mars thing, to continue, to riff off of the conversation that is continuing in chat, I think as a practice, so if it is explicitly to preserve the human race, or even if it's not explicitly, but we are having such clear problems here on Earth, then they should, you know, the moral thing to do would be to make every measure to preserve as much of the human race as possible. Oh shit, he's in here? Living under the deck. What the fuck? This is... I'm glad they zoomed to tell me I would not have gone here. What? He's gone solo, but he's just allowed to be in here doing this? This is the reality? This isn't the simulation? That's odd. They've leaned a little too hard into the conspiracy enthusiast aesthetic. Oh. Yeah, wow. Yeah, so, oh, that's cool. That's completely normal. I love when drones do that. Yeah, the Mars thing. If we weren't, you know, rocketing towards climate catastrophe, a case could be made for just sending teams out to colonize planets and them not having to represent all of humanity, because the assumption is that humanity is safe at home based on current evidence. We do not have that evidence anymore. So yeah, the onus is on any mission to attempt to represent humanity as much as is feasible. And, you know, they will do it less than that because they will go for something that they consider to be optimized, which, you know, yeah, it's pretty fucked. I love the doodles.
Walter.
It admits the other post-its.
May I interrupt you for a second?
No. Hi, Richard.
What are you doing now?
Researching.
Like a gremlin.
What about?
You wouldn't understand.
Try me.
Come on, Richard, stop it. We haven't worked together in an age. Do you know the last time you were in this office?
It's been a while, I know.
4 years.
That long already?
Richard sucks. Alan cheering.
You know, at some point, I just couldn't muster the courage to walk in here. I thought you were angry at me.
You did?
Yes. Because I left you hanging.
Oh, stop talking crap, Richard. Frank put me out to pasture, and you had more important things to do.
That's not true, and you know it.
I think his office is in here because it's the only thing... It makes the game easier. They didn't have to render a whole new apartment and then send me to that apartment. But it's a little bit ridiculous that I sat on a desk, like, over there. We could have seen each other through the window for 4 fucking years. Like, this is just a room at the end of a larger room. it's a little too close. It's just weird.
Whatever. But why are you here? Small talk? If you like. How's Tracy? What's the kid up to? How's your career?
Walter, please.
What? Are we doing small talk or not?
Tracy and James have disappeared. I'm looking for them.
I thought so.
What do you mean you thought so?
Forget it. You know I'm a bit mad. Everybody does.
I need your help, Walter.
Oh, Kurt's Labs, suitability.
Go ask Frank. He'll help you, I'm sure.
He fired me.
Really? Well, Richard, that's how it is. Everybody's time comes.
Somehow Walter doesn't get fired. Or is this where they put fired people? Are we going to have to hang out?
Walter, listen. You've done research on Kurt's labs in the past, haven't you?
I have.
Do you still have the files?
Well, you're too late. There are things in motion that can't be stopped anymore.
I don't get it. What things?
You know, Richard, I've been doing a lot of thinking these past years. I used to think life was about finding the truth or getting justice or whatever.
It's not?
No, it's about life. Life and living. You just gotta be on the correct side.
Uh-huh. And what is the correct side?
We're all mortal. Sooner or later, we all die. And then what? A gravestone, a bunch of paperwork, some data.
Okay, and?
Well, there are always two sides to every story, here and beyond. Life and death. 1 and 0. A binary system, you understand?
Actually, not at all.
That's really simplistic.
You will. You're just taking your first steps.
Frank's right. You're actually insane.
Look, when you look into the mirror, Richard, what do you see?
Walter, listen.
What do you think you see yourself? No. What you see is matter. Nothing more. It's not you. It's completely replaceable.
I mean, we are already looking at a world in which a consciousness can be digitized. That is part of the conceit of this world. So that's fine. Like, it frustrates me, though, the amount of science fiction that will take fucking anything that can be divided into two categories and say, oh, look, it's binary. Just like the binary in computers, which means it's all the same. Like, that's not fucking... That's so reductive. You've stripped away everything of note because you can count to 2. And it's very annoying.
You gotta get out more, Walter. Interact with some people.
Well, you could be right. And you know what? I will get out of here. Very soon, in fact.
That's good. Very good.
That's good.
Do you still have that house by the lake? I'd like to come visit you someday.
The house? Yeah, but, I don't need it anymore.
Why not? Where are you going? You're not planning anything stupid, Walter.
Don't worry about me.
Combi with a quick comeback. I think you mean count to 1. Oh, indeed, but my point stands. It is about 2 things. They take 2 things, life and death, yin and yang, whatever. That is the point, sir. Oh, Crafty bringing in the great point as well. This could also 100% be a sim. It's true. Yeah. Also, when 2 white dudes start talking about the meaning of life, and they say, oh, I used to think it was about truth and justice, and now I think it's about just living your life. It's like, yeah, white dude. You have more luxury to do that than people who are not white dudes. You can make that distinction, whereas others, you know, might not get that option. It's glaringly obvious here in the year of our Lord 2019 when this happens around me.
Walter,
being a white dude.
About Tracy and James.
Confronting.
I'm worried.
In a good way.
Really worried.
They'll be fine. They'll take care of themselves. And you will too.
Listen, it's my family we're talking about.
Oh, why? You didn't seem to care about them before. Family, friends.
I love this angle.
You never had any time for anybody. Look, I'm sure Tracy knows what she's doing.
How can you say such a thing? I understand that you're disappointed, but you're portraying me as some sort of monster.
I feel like he's just describing you, dude. He's just describing you and your actions.
These files. Can you even make sense of that mess?
They're not important anymore.
Okay, but what is all this? It just doesn't look...
Is it collage?
Healthy. Anatomical studies, neural networks, chemical formulas, architectural models. What the hell is going on, Walter? Are you writing some crazy diary or what?
Maybe.
But why? What's the meaning of it?
I told you, it's not important anymore. You can have it. The whole thing. I don't need it anymore.
Well, then...
Oh, little glitch there. Oh, the glitch continues. So he's still a reporter. This is just weird. It's weird that... It's weird. Also, that conversation did not end with enough. I feel like another point should be made. Somebody needs to get a last line in. Also, if these are my files, can I have them? Are they in my inventory? Walter's notes. They are in my inventory. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, so this thing, I got the flyer. I got a lot of shit, and I... So, you need an inventory in this game for a few things that I've seen so far. You have a thing and then you use the thing. But it's not a game where the inventory matters a lot of the time.
I'm coming back tomorrow, okay?
Okay, here we go.
Sure. Of course.
No, really. I'm coming.
Yeah, horse shit. I'm gonna do something else. Okay. So, I'm assuming I take Walter's files and I turn them over to Steve, because Steve does all the work. Unless I'm meant to take them to my own cloud hub? We'll swing by Steve anyway. Because Steve's gonna, you know, attempt to give us a moral compass and fail because Steve is entirely too submissive as a friend.
What's Walter up to?
Still hates me.
He's fucking down the way from you as well, man.
DroneGate, Steve. It's all about DroneGate, because I won that stupid award.
He's got to get out of that stupid hole there. I don't get why Frank isn't doing something about it.
Like I was twiddling my thumbs. I was the one getting the whole thing off the ground.
Richard, not everything's always about you.
Yeah, well, he hates me.
Yeah, well, he hates me, so it is all about me, and I love it when it's all about me.
Did you call this Stanley guy?
Not yet.
Okay, that's a nice little direction there. I'm gonna... Oh yeah, calls are private, aren't they? I can literally just call him here. Yeah, fuck this. Just in case I need to speak to Steve again. Stanley White. That is a look, Stanley. Holy shit. Want to pep up your life? Call me. Wow. Comely Vagabond. That's... okay. That's pretty sweet.
Hello?
Hi, you Stanley? My name is Richard Nolan.
Nolan? From The Voice?
Yep, that's me.
How'd you get this number? Of course. You're a journalist. What do you want, a story? Or a nice time?
I'd like to ask you a couple of questions, in person.
A story it is. Sure, why not? Good for business.
Send me your geolocation. I'll meet you there, okay?
Okay. See you then, Richard Nolan.
Steve! Steve! Steve, be nice to me. Even when I'm mean to you, you're still nice to me. Steve! Oh, okay. Alright. Yeah, the incongruity of Walter gets to keep his job in an office doing no journalism, and I get fired. All they needed was the tiniest job for Walter. Like, maybe he, you know, just takes obituary files and makes sure they're alphabetized. Like, something weird and busybody-ish that would still, you know, would still require some explanation, but no explanation is weirder, I think. Like he's tagged as a reporter. Do we not have his geolo... These are cars. How do I cars? Oh, okay. Catch the train. I presume? Oh.
You have a bot now, huh?
What?
I read your column for a change. Lost your edge?
New directives from the management.
What's your problem with bots, anyway? I sell my sons for one of them base 5s.
Those house bots are only the beginning. Someday soon they'll develop a super AI. Even Mars will save you then.
You're a real downer. You know that?
I mean, you know, this is a world in which that could be
tensions remain high as
the
fighting
case.
between Eastern and Western drone units continues in the mining
David
region.
Stanley, brilliant. Like, he sounds ridiculous to me. Ryan Morrison here in the real world. But in this reality, you know, bots are thinking things. And consciousness is digital. Or can be digitized. Can be replicated. Seemingly without flaw. The problem with Adam is not that it is a digital consciousness. The problem appears to be that it was an incomplete upload or something. Although our son seems completely fake and weird. Maybe he was a perfect upload, and that's what happens when you upload a, you know, a person. They go a bit weird.
Stanley? Stanley White?
Yeah, how's it going?
We said 10 o'clock.
I was here at 10. Nature called.
Can you even talk then?
Really? Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, Richard,
So,
you are such a
why
piece
the
of
honor?
shit.
Do you want to write a story about me? Hey, didn't you do one about drugs once? Oh, and your wife. Oh, I remember.
That was a long time ago. No, I'm investigating something else. It's about movement data. You know, tracking profiles. I was looking for someone in a database, but your profile came up, and I thought it was a bit strange. So I thought maybe we should get to know each other.
So, who are you looking for?
Man from a video, mid-40s. He looks nothing like you.
But he moves exactly like me.
You got it.
Maybe a fan.
Interesting
You know,
framing
I know a lot of
in this
people.
scene.
Comes with a job. Maybe he thinks I'm his role model or something.
The system doesn't mess up that easily.
Yeah, interesting. The idea that it could potentially be a screw-up because you move a certain way that's so popular, other people move that way, and then it just doesn't identify you correctly. Novel.
How do you get by, if I may ask, with dealing?
I don't like that word. I sell experiences. I'm an artist.
Yeah, what is he selling?
Experiences. I think I know how that ends.
Hey, your wife just took the wrong thing. If she'd come to me, she never would have crashed like that.
So drugs.
Do you have siblings? A brother, maybe?
Only child. Really terrible childhood, you know?
Yeah, what the fuck do you do?
What exactly do you do, Stanley?
My job is to give people a trip to another world. That's what they want. To discover something new, something beautiful.
Yeah, escaping. To a dream world. Exactly what Tracy did.
What you got against dreams? Can't you imagine something better than this crap here?
Yeah. The parallels between, you know, dreams and drugs and virtual worlds. I mean, it's basically Cyberpunk's whole fucking thing, right? The permeability of reality and the attempt to create or induce a different, better reality because the baseline one is shitty because of filth and dirt and poverty and corporations, etc.
I can. But if it's not real, then what's the point? It's nothing, just a fantasy.
Oh, come on. What happens in your head is just as real as everything that happens in real life. Every time you cloud call someone, you see a telepresence. Avatars run around every chat world. Are they real?
Good question. Okay, let's get back to your movement data.
You know what?
You just
Maybe
need better
you didn't
categories,
see a
guys.
man in your video. Yeah, it could have been a telepresence.
With your movement profile?
Well, Valerie scanned me once
Oh,
for a
that's
sculpture.
interesting.
Yeah, maybe she sold on the data.
Valerie?
The artist, Valerie von Stahl, Perfections. Yeah, you must have heard of it. I was one of her models. Cool gig.
So what happened? She performed a nanoscan on you?
Something like that. I got 50,000 credits for it and a ticket to the colony.
Oh,
And
there's
you
a
wanna
fly
go
there for Mars.
to Mars? But you have your experiences, isn't that enough for you?
For now. But I mean, look around you. Nothing will come of this world, we both know that.
You could try to do something about it.
Oh, I will. Get on the colony ship and off I go. Yeah, I gotta go. Hope I have some help.
Yeah, okay. Safe travels.
So a telepresence is so
Enjoy
real
reality.
that a camera doesn't know. Like the holograms are that flawless. That's really interesting. It's an interesting note. Yeah, the whole conversation about, you know, oh, what happens in your head is just as real about what happens around you. You need more categorizations.
In Berlin, overnight,
This
a raid
binary
on multiple
divide is
subway tunnels
insufficient.
resulted in the destruction of numerous police bots. The police were sweeping the tunnels for criminals.
Hey, Jeff.
Made any progress yet?
I've made it through to Adam. He's seen the data. Apparently Tracy met with...
What about Charlie? Has Adam made contact yet?
Charlie? Who, your colleague? No, we're still working on that.
I
Work
forgot.
harder. We need his data.
What exactly is your man doing up there?
He's locating the servers of the virtual city. This VR needs to be destroyed, Richard.
I don't think it needs to be destroyed. Do we think it needs to be destroyed? Yeah. Oh, Crafty bringing up the point. We should have gone to Walter's apartment. He should not be in the office. Very correct. Very correct. I think... Stop.
There's probably hundreds of people up there, Jeff.
Millions if we don't act now.
What
is Kurtz's end game? What does he want?
Power? Control? Saving mankind? I don't care. I know Kurtz. He doesn't think small. I believe he wants to upload every single one of us.
Okay.
Evidently even someone like you. We have to stop.
Even you, shitheel.
That's all that matters.
Wow.
Or we'll all just be drooling meat, with our minds trapped in some digital limbo.
Have you seen The Matrix?
Okay. How can you be sure this Charlie's still alive?
We're receiving his signal, but the contact's been cut off. He's stranded up there.
Okay. So... Right.
You worked for Kurtz, right?
How do you know that?
I'm a journalist. Something you're not telling me, Jeff?
I told you already. We don't know what kind of machine it is. We also don't know where your wife is.
Maybe I should just go talk to Kurtz instead.
Sure. Send him a postcard. I'm not dead. I'm in Berlin. Please come and get me.
Okay then. Speak soon.
Yeah, the philosopher John Locke had, like, were they categories? Were they, like, first order, second order properties? Like, one is about perception, and then the second order is about, agreeable, physical, objective reality. Like, I might see a bus in a different way, but, if I walked in front of it, if any of us walked in front of it, we would be hit by the same bus. I don't know enough about the theories of John Locke to go deeper into that, but I brushed across it once in an article and found it very interesting, and here's a reminder to myself that I need to look into that more for this bloody thesis. Yeah, other people have already thought long and hard about real and unreal. And just flipping that coin in the air for a while ain't enough. Okay. So I have pored over the documents. Great! Great, great, great. That's progress. It's free real estate.
Would you like me to help analyze it?
I can do it alone.
As you wish, sir. I just thought it might be faster.
I'll do it alone.
Oh, Richard.
Walter was my friend.
I understand, sir.
That's why I'm being mean to you. This material does not meet the registration and security guidelines of the United States of the West. Wow. How can you be okay looking at anything, knowing that kind of classification can just turn up?
At what, sir?
Not you.
There's nobody else here.
I know. It's just something people say.
You were talking with yourself.
Yes, people do that.
Lonely people do that.
What are you trying to say? Motherfucker. Alright. I will talk with Simon. Hey, no, don't. You piece of shit.
What are you looking at?
You seem melancholy, sir.
Take care of your own stuff. What?
Nothing, sir. Nothing at all.
Alright. Oh, there are documents everywhere. Okay. Kurt's Labs, blah blah blah, sign
Walter is
NDA.
lonely, correct?
What makes you think that? Because I said that he's crazy?
I can tell by these records. It's like he is talking to himself. He needs a friend.
He needs a doctor.
I actually enjoy what this game does. It did it really well in Walter's office, I have to say. It just didn't quite stick the landing because the rest of the conversation had to happen on exit, which didn't feel cohesive. It didn't feel fluid. But I like that poking at objects in the room furthers a conversation with somebody else in the room. So while I get the zoom in and I'm sort of looking at the thing, I as a player don't get anything extra out of it. What I get is the progression of the scene. And I think that's a nice touch.
A secret lab. No clue about the location. I need more of Adam's data.
If you think he is crazy, then why are you studying his records?
I can't afford to ignore them. I need to check every trace for a clue.
That is not logical.
Walter wasn't always like this. He was a good man. One of the best. When Walter had a hunch, there was always a story.
I understand. So you betrayed him, sir. Is that the correct word?
Zing.
What do you mean?
You said he was your friend. Past tense.
So clearly you screwed him over.
You left him alone. He became lonely and therefore crazy.
Oh,
that is logical.
Second time in one scene talking about logic.
He got so involved in this madness, and now...
Now you're looking for things in there that you could use.
Hey, what are you trying to say?
Forgive me, sir. I didn't want to pry. I'm just trying to understand your behavior.
Uh-huh. And do you understand now?
Yes, sir. I do.
Wow. If you're writing a scene that has a robot in it, and the robot comes to a conclusion, I don't think you get to just declare that it's logical, necessarily. I think you need to put in a little bit more work than that. And then, you know, the juxtaposition there about if Walter had a hunch, there was always a story, and so there's that idea of human intuition somehow being better than, you know, computerized cognition, which, you know, is not an unreasonable thing to say necessarily, depending on what you're talking about.
So, James beat you at chess?
Yes, sir. Multiple times. He's at the top of the leaderboard.
What level are you playing at?
Not very high at the moment. You removed my memory module, sir. If you gave it back to me, we could play a game against each other.
Maybe someday. Now leave me alone. I need to think.
Could I please have my module anyway, sir?
What?
My memory module.
Not now. I'm busy.
I know,
Richard.
sir, but...
Not now, okay?
Of course. I have time.
Irredeemable jumble of shit. Hate this man. I hate this man. He's a very annoying man. Whew. Okay, so... Cloud search, Valerie von Stahl is an option. That's cool. Oh, being followed again. Let's look at the board. Is any of this updated? Okay, so Stanley White. That's right, so the body scan belongs to Valerie because it was scanned there. Great. Okay. Yeah. Let's push on. Oh, a lot of numbers on the screen.
Valerie von Stahl. Perfections.
Okay. So, Perfections 9. Valerie von Stahl's newest exhibition, The Human of the Future. Breathtaking, hollow presentations. Geometry of the Eyes, The Wire Dancer, Human Cloud. July 4th to October 8th, 2047. Pyramid, Columbus Avenue, New York. What I like about this is the idea that this is a world in which you can scan and represent people with believable hologram technology, with avatars, just in general, but that there is some level of artistry or finesse to the process. It is not, you scan someone, it's perfect, and you move on. It requires, or can be augmented or helped by something. And it could just be that it is not about getting a more perfect scan or representation. It might be about, oh, there's a beast on my chair. It might be about getting a representation that reads more human, more believable by human eyes, because that's who you've got to convince at the end of the day. Yeah.
Von Stahl,
I'm excited about
that. Kurtz again.
Oh, always Kurtz. That's why I love her. Valerie von Stahl and Raymond Kurtz to start joint project. German artist Valerie von Stahl has garnered high-profile endorsement for her next holographic exhibition. Dr. Raymond Kurtz, head of Kurtz Institute, will not only finance the project, but also provide technical assistance. It's curious, says Dr. Kurtz. She's always searching for human perfection, and I'm the exact opposite of that. But that's a contradiction. That's why I love her. What's the opposite of human... What's the opposite of human perfection for Kurtz? Is it meant to be human imperfection? Is it meant to be machine perfection? Like placing humans and machines at opposite ends of the spectrum? Because he's keen on this whole VR thing. So I feel like that's what they're shooting for. And that he would say that, that the writers would say that, I think is very telling. It sort of exposes their take on the world, their philosophical position, I think. Which, you know, I could have guessed already, but this is a nice demonstration of that, I think. I guess the question will be whether this perspective is undergirded by the rest of the text, or whether this stands out as Kurtz's perspective and other perspectives will be brought in to muddy that, creating a sort of dialogue around it, as opposed to supposing it's true, either consciously or unconsciously, from the perspective of the creators, I mean. Yeah, novel.
Von Stahl to be put in cryostasis December 7th.
Oh, okay.
That was a month ago.
So according to an
Didn't I
announcement
see something
made...
similar in Walter's scribbles?
A great question.
I need
Famous...
more of Adam's data.
Oh, I see. Okay, so we need the next Adam chunk. Famous artist chooses cryosleep. According to an announcement made by her agency yesterday, artist Valerie von Stahl, from Perfections, has entered cryostasis. The procedure took place last Friday in Montauk, and was supervised by her longtime confidant, Dr. Raymond Kurtz. Health concerns were given as a reason for the decision. For many years now, an ever-growing number of the rich and famous, these are proper nouns in this text, that's interesting, have chosen costly nitrogen conservation in high hopes for future medical advances. That's such an old idea. Or at least it feels old, because that's the... like, I've heard about that idea for years. I haven't heard it in a while. It's sort of fallen out of favour, possibly because the people working in cryonics sort of shrugged and went, well, yeah, we don't have it figured out yet. This is possibly worse. Or indeed just as bad, but just very, very costly. I mean, I have heard in the past few years stories of people putting themselves to ice or signing away the idea of being frozen until the point where we can supposedly be able to scan and upload brains. Like, that's what they're setting themselves aside for. Which, again, if you're doing it after death, sure, you're already dead. but the cost, right, the resources spent on this is what makes it so galling. The shit could have gone to anybody or anything else. Yeah, yeah, that feels like such an old idea, the idea of being frozen to protect your body or protect your life. Yeah, interesting. Okay, now I'm just cycling through. All right, cool. And now it's telling me to switch to Adam. Okay. So I think what I'll do, just going to scooch around the house a bit. But it's 8:02. We'll see what happens with Adam. If the next bit looks easy, then I will play a bit more Adam. Otherwise, there is a not insubstantial chance that I will go to Adam, exit once the narrative gives me a chance to, hope that it's saved, and now that we've met Walter, are these going to have any more meaning? Some, not really. Yeah. My throat's starting to hurt some more. I'm feeling pretty tired. This is conked me out. It's weird. I get kind of shaky. I get a weird kind of weak, shaky, shivery sort of sensation from these streams. The energy expenditure is akin to getting a fever, if that makes sense. I don't know if it's... I don't think it's the beverages I'm drinking. I don't know if it's the constant talking. I talk pretty constantly around other people without this happening. I don't know. Something about streaming. Yeah. Alright. Use... Oh, we have a Valerie von Stahl. No, we're going to contact her. Okay. Great. Let's... switch. Is my posture different? That is a good question, Combi. That is an excellent point. It is somewhat. So I play a lot of... I was playing a lot of Hearthstone. Now I've been playing a lot of MTG Arena in the mornings. And that doesn't elicit this, but that's me sitting at the table at my Surface. Whereas this is me sitting in a lounge chair in front of the TV, the PlayStation, somewhat close to the TV for two reasons. One, the Bluetooth receiver inside the PlayStation itself has become dicky, so we always have the controller wired up. And two, our actual couch is too far away to read the text on most games. So sitting close is kind of just a necessity. My posture is, I sort of lean a bit to the side, but I kind of do that anyway on the couch normally, although I would lean more to the left. Yeah, there could be an unconscious change in posture that I'm not realizing. That is an interesting point. Oh, place is heading off. Night place. Fare thee well. Yeah, a good question about posture. Also, further reading, Fall or Dodge in Hell, Neil Stephenson. So Neil Stephenson, did he write Snow Crash? Because I read that book and I wanted to punch something so badly. It was worth reading so that I could read this sort of one of these early genre classics, but holy shit. Not a fan. Not a fan. Yeah. Alright, I've changed to Adam. I have no idea if the game has saved. Oh, send fragment. Okay, let's do that then. Because then that will boot us into the fragment, right? We'll be in the fragment. Oh wow, so we've switched back and we've not lost any time that I'm aware of? Okay. So it's telling me the time of day and the day when it loads here, and I'm just not paying nearly enough attention. So I would know, but I don't. If I play as one, I don't think I'm losing time as the other. They're only synced as regards necessary conversations between them, which is dictated by the plot, not dictated by me choosing to converse. I'm given specific windows to do so. Oh, interesting. PS4 Remote Play. Does PS4 Remote Play require an account, a paid account with the PlayStation Network or whatever it is? Because that I don't have. But that is something to think about. I mean, this situation isn't bad. I don't know that it... I mean, if it's postural, this could be a good fix. It isn't. Okay. Well, I'll play with that in my free time. I'll see what that's like. Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you for that. I was not aware of that. That could be good. All right. Oh, yeah, that's right. I store the fragments in my body because I'm a digital being, and it's all just permeable.
Scan complete. Object ID recognized.
I mean, you know, you've got to represent this
Object
shit somehow,
sent
right?
Successfully.
It's interesting. There's some glitchy stuff visually that I'll just take as read and be like, oh, of course, that's what a simulation glitch would look like, because it just communicates the idea of glitch to me that is familiar with, is congruous with how I see glitches in my world.
January 44, Sector 56, Manhattan, Soho. So 4 years ago in New York.
Alright, I gotta do this thing. Alright. Let's switch them tiles.
Damn. Okay, that looks better.
Okay, so we are looking for this space. Even though this is hokey, I can't not find it charming just because of what it fucking does to me seeing this strange... Is that my wife and the woman I'm now with but not with because I was so shitty to her, she quite rightly was like, well, fuck you. Okay, so it's a restaurant. Oof.
That's not it.
Yeah, I know that's not it, buddy.
There. I should upload it immediately. Okay.
Hello?
Oh.
Must be Richard.
John?
Oh.
Damn. What are you doing here in the cloud call? Does Adam know?
No.
Listen, you wouldn't be allowed here. You'll get in trouble.
I just want to talk to you.
Of course. It's nice to meet you. I also have a son. His name is James.
Can I say hello to him?
Well, you know, James and his mother aren't in right now.
Are they together?
I think so.
Then James will be happy.
For sure.
Where did they go?
I'm not certain.
Do you miss them?
What an asinine conversation.
I miss them a lot.
This kid is interrogating
I
the
miss
shit out of
my
us.
mom.
Yes, I heard she's got a lot going on at the moment.
John, what are you doing?
I wanted to talk to Richard.
I can't believe it. And he's letting it happen, too.
Hey, relax. He just wanted to...
You keep out of this. In your room. We will talk about this later.
Oh, shit. And cut straight back to... Wow, okay. Interesting. Interesting. Combi saying lol, free time. Yeah, alright. Warning shot received.
Enough. Go to your room.
Damn.
Wow, send him to his room and then just straight away jump in to 2044, 4 years ago. Okay, so I will try to remember this. 4 years ago, 2044, should be memorable. I'll try and include this in my notes.
You have new cloud messages.
Oh no.
Your parents? You'll have to call them back eventually.
Eventually? I have to go finish my term paper now.
What? No, what is that? That's not real.
Oh.
That's not me.
Oh, so this is... Wait, this is Lydia or Nadja being scanned and rejecting it? Yeah, okay, so there's the anarchist dude to the right, the dude who we're trying to help, and the lady to the left is the one that's frozen now?
Is she awake?
Barely, but she shouldn't see us. Something's wrong.
Yeah, Valerie.
What's wrong? Is she scared?
Scared? Of what?
Heart rate's good, blood circulation.
We're pumping her brain full of nanoliquids, and she's scared. I don't get it.
I'm increasing her sulfuride dosage.
Must be some strange fear of death.
Everything okay, Jeff?
How strange. Oh, minigame. An easy minigame, at least.
If things go south, which one of them will get a gravestone? The original or the copy? The one with 40% of the brain or the one with the other 60%?
The plan's to get rid of gravestones, Jeff. Let it be, darling.
Wow. This is so difficult.
Don't fret. You're safe.
I like how that dialogue made it nice and explicit that this is about immortality.
Should we abort?
That gravestone line was great. Oh, there's Kurtz in the background.
Kurtz knows what he's doing, or else...
I can hear you.
God damn it, Ray.
Sorry.
How's the session going?
Lousy. The investors demand results, or else they'll switch off our lights at the end of this quarter.
Excuse me?
God, I hate these people. I offer them immortality, and they ask for a price.
55%.
Who's the donor?
A student, Lydia Craig. A runaway. Homeless. No family ties, no friends.
Her brain's being overwritten and she's scared.
Overwritten?
Odd.
Something you want to ask me, Jeff?
Same as yesterday. What's going on in Section 1?
Jeff.
Are we building a super AI?
Look, I can't tell you everything, it's too important. You must be patient.
Sure. How many times have I heard that line already?
We will change humanity. We will deliver them.
Deliver? How? All we make here are zombies and terrible robots. It's sick, what we're doing here.
Humanity is sick, Jeff. We are gonna heal it. Drought, riots, terrorism, a never-ending war on resources. Those aren't warning signs. They're symptoms. This world has been beyond hope for a long time, but we're the only ones to admit it. We're building a lifeboat.
A lifeboat? Do you really think this arm saved my life? Feels like there's lead in my muscles, like chronic tendonitis. We can't even get a damn prosthesis right. Now, suddenly we're doing brain transfers?
The arm is your mess, not mine.
Hey! Now she's wide awake. Increasing sulfuride to 90.
Oh. So, wow. So it's not just that people are being put in a huge VR. It's not just that there's a super AI. It's that they're creating fake personalities. So this Lidger individual...
The air train to New York has arrived.
Oh shit.
Boarding will begin shortly.
Was I meant to fail that?
You have new cloud messages.
Oh, Miss Craig. This is Mr. Minsky of the
Minsky, of course.
Funeral Home.
All the references you can imagine.
Once again, concerning the cost of your parents' cremation, you've already been made aware that as the last surviving dependent, you're liable to pay. That will extend your period of payment until December 12th. Should you ignore us any further, we'll pass the case on to our law firm. Yes. You know how to contact us. And once again, my
weird
condolences.
Choice to just use the name
Cloud
Minsky.
messages.
The doors are closing. Please stand clear.
Okay, so presumably that's a memory of the girl who...
And?
She's breathing.
Completely fucked over.
She made it, Ray.
Or had a bad life and then came in here as a donor.
Blood circulation, heart frequency, all neural patterns have been transferred. Cellular structure...
What? What is it?
Her cells are rejecting the implant.
Meaning?
There are tumors forming all over her body.
Oh, that was quick.
Congratulations, Doctor. Your lifeboat's riddled with cancer with a life expectancy of 3.5 years. The investors will be thrilled.
Jeff, why so uninspired? Don't you see, this is it? The next stage will end all of our problems.
The next stage.
Hush now, darling. Don't be scared. Just a few more tests.
Make sure she won't remember us. Then set her loose in the city. Jeff, may I talk to you for a second?
Oh, what? Okay. Is it brain swapping? Is it growing new people? I am confused. I don't know what the twist is there. Am I not meant to know what the twist is there? I kind of hope that if I just skip out of this now, I'll get to replay this whole section, actually. That would be ideal. Yeah, I'm gonna close and exit now in the hope that it reboots a huge chunk of this, because that would be way more, yeah, that would be way better. Yes. Yeah, I wanna, man, I wish I had, yeah, wish I'd stopped as Adam, but I was like, oh no, I'll jump in here, I'll see what it's like. And then it was just fucking right into it, and I just had to see more, and I regret it. Oh, that's all good. Yeah, we're done. We're done for the evening. Oh, chat's talking about the PlayStation Remote Play. Cool. All right. Well, thank you for that, Combi. Yeah, I will take it from here and try and tool around with that as best I can, if possible. Thank you for that, and thank you for turning up. Yeah. Whew, I'm wiped out. Well, that was a good, you know, dip my toes back in the water, get back into streaming on some capacity. Yeah, and hopefully I will be here again next week. Thanks, everybody. Bye.